Men over 50, listen up. If your energy is crashing, your confidence is slipping, and testosterone feels like a thing of the past, this could quietly steal years of your vitality. Low T doesn't just hurt your performance, it drains your drive, your muscle, your mood, even your memory. But here's the deal. This doesn't have to be your future. There's a simple nighttime combo with olive oil that can help wake your system back up naturally. And the ingredient most men miss is exactly what makes this so powerful. Stay with me. Now take a breath, because here's the good news. What you're dealing with is not permanent. Your body is not broken, it's just missing the right signal. And the best part? The fix is way simpler than most guys expect. When you give your system what it actually needs, the right way, many men start noticing changes in energy, drive, and morning strength in as little as 7 to 14 days. Sometimes even sooner. This is about working with your biology, not fighting it. If we haven't met yet, I'm Dr. Rachel Rubin. I've spent my career working with men who feel like their bodies started betraying them after 40 or 50. And I want you to know, you're not alone in this. I work at the intersection of hormones, performance, and real-life habits that actually move the needle. No fluff, no shame, just clear, evidence-backed guidance you can trust. Here's the hidden enemy most men over 50 are fighting without even realizing it. And it's not just low testosterone. It's the slow collapse of your metabolic rhythm, your circulation, and your hormone signaling all at the same time. It sneaks up quietly. One year you feel a little more tired. The next year, workouts don't hit the same. Drive fades, sleep gets lighter, belly fat shows up out of nowhere, and guys chalk it up to just aging. But aging isn't the real villain here. The real enemy is what I call a broken signal system. Your brain, your glands, your blood vessels, they're supposed to communicate like a clean electrical grid. But over time, inflammation, blood sugar swings, nutrient depletion, stress hormones, and poor nighttime recovery start scrambling the message. Think of testosterone like power coming from a generator. If the wiring is frayed, the power never reaches the room. Your testes might still be capable of producing testosterone, but the signal telling them to do it is weak, delayed, or blocked. Another huge piece of this enemy is circulation decline. Testosterone is built from cholesterol and delivered through blood flow. If your blood vessels are stiff, sluggish, or inflamed, it's like trying to water your lawn with a kinked hose. Pressure drops, delivery fails, results disappear. And here's the part most men never hear. Nighttime is when your testosterone system is supposed to reboot. Deep sleep is the reset button for hormone production. But poor sleep, late eating, alcohol, stress, and blood sugar crashes turn that reset into a power outage. So the enemy isn't just age, it's disrupted signals, jammed circulation, and broken nighttime recovery. And once you see that clearly, the fix suddenly makes a whole lot more sense. All right, let's pull the curtain back on what's actually happening inside your body. Without turning this into a boring biology lecture, I promise this will make sense. Testosterone doesn't just magically appear. It's part of a communication loop between three main players: your brain, your pituitary gland, and your testes. Think of it like a thermostat system in your house. Your brain checks your levels, sends a signal down the line, and your testes respond by producing testosterone. That's called the HPT axis. When that loop is clean and responsive, things work. When it's disrupted, production drops. Now here's where men over 50 start running into trouble. First, sleep becomes lighter and more fragmented. And that's a big deal because the largest surge of testosterone is supposed to happen during deep sleep, not during workouts, not during the day, at night. If you're waking up at 2 a.m., tossing and turning, or falling asleep with high blood sugar and stress hormones still elevated, that surge gets blunted. Less signal, less output. Next issue, insulin and blood sugar. When blood sugar stays high at night, your body shifts into storage mode instead of repair mode. Insulin and testosterone don't play well together at high levels. Elevated insulin tells your body, don't build muscle, don't burn fat, don't make testosterone. It's a direct brake on male hormone production. Then there's cholesterol, and this one surprises a lot of guys. Testosterone is literally built from cholesterol, not sugar, not protein, cholesterol. But if your fat intake is poor quality, or your digestion is weak, or your inflammation is high, your body can't use that cholesterol efficiently to make hormones, so the raw material might be there, but the factory can't run well. Now let's talk about blood flow, because testosterone doesn't just need to be made, it needs to be delivered. Healthy hormones depend on healthy circulation. Your blood vessels are lined with something called the endothelium. That lining releases nitric oxide, which tells the vessels to relax and widen. Better blood flow means better oxygen delivery, better nutrient delivery, and better hormone delivery. With age, that nitric oxide production drops. Blood vessels get stiffer, less flow, less hormonal impact. And then there's stress hormones, cortisol in particular. Cortisol and testosterone are hormonal enemies. When cortisol is high at night, testosterone takes a back seat. And a lot of men over 50 live in a constant low-grade stress state without even realizing it. Work pressure, financial pressure, poor sleep, stimulants during the day, alcohol at night. That combination keeps cortisol elevated when it should be falling. One more piece most guys never hear about: inflammation inside the testes themselves. Chronic inflammation from poor diet, excess body fat, alcohol, and oxidative stress literally interferes with the cells that make testosterone. It's like trying to run high-performance machinery in a dusty, overheated factory. Output drops. So when a man tells me, "Doc, I just don't feel like myself anymore," what I see is not just low testosterone on a lab sheet. I see disrupted sleep signaling. I see blood sugar volatility. I see circulation slowing down. I see stress hormones hijacking recovery. And I see hormone factories being asked to perform without the right raw materials. That's the real biological story behind the crash and drive, the slower recovery, the softer body composition, the drop in confidence, and even the mood changes. And here's the encouraging part. These systems are not dead. They're just underfueled, overstressed, and poorly timed. When you support sleep signaling, improve nighttime blood flow, stabilize blood sugar, and give the body the right building blocks at the right time, testosterone doesn't just rise on paper, it rises in how you feel. That's why timing matters. That's why what you do before bed matters. And that's why that simple olive oil-based nighttime strategy works so much deeper than most men realize. Because it targets the exact biological windows where testosterone is supposed to be made. Here's the main fix, and I love this part because it's simple, it's old school, and it works with your biology instead of against it. The foundation is extra virgin olive oil before bed, mixed with one specific add-in that changes how your body responds overnight. Now, don't roll your eyes at olive oil thinking it's just a cooking fat. High-quality olive oil is loaded with monounsaturated fats and powerful polyphenols that directly support hormone production, blood vessel health, and inflammation control. Remember what we just talked about. Testosterone is built from cholesterol. Your body needs the right type of fats at the right time to manufacture it efficiently. When you take olive oil at night, a few key things happen. First, it gives your body clean, stable fat as a building block while you sleep, when testosterone is actually being made. Second, it helps stabilize nighttime blood sugar, which keeps insulin from blocking testosterone production. Third, it supports nitric oxide signaling, so nighttime circulation stays strong instead of sluggish. Now here's the game changer, the thing most men miss. You combine that olive oil with raw honey. Yeah, honey, stay with me. This isn't about spiking your sugar. Raw honey in a small amount provides a slow, steady release of glucose to the liver overnight. That matters because your liver stores glycogen that keeps stress hormones, especially cortisol, from surging while you sleep. When liver glycogen crashes at 2 or 3 a.m., cortisol spikes, you wake up hot or restless, and testosterone production shuts down for the rest of the night. That little bit of honey prevents the crash. Lower nighttime cortisol means higher testosterone signaling. Period. Here's how to do it. 1 tablespoon of extra virgin olive oil. 1 teaspoon of raw honey. Take it 10 to 20 minutes before bed. That's it. No blender, no pills, no crazy routine. What to avoid with this? Don't do this after a heavy late-night meal. Don't wash it down with alcohol. And don't pair it with a sugar-loaded dessert. That defeats the entire hormonal purpose. Now let's talk about what most men notice, because this is where it gets motivating. Within the first week, many guys report deeper sleep and fewer middle-of-the-night wake-ups. That's your cortisol calming down. By week 2, you may start to notice stronger morning readiness, better gym pumps, improved recovery, and more mental sharpness. That's circulation and hormone signaling improving. Over the next several weeks, this supports better fat metabolism, stronger libido, and more consistent energy across the day because now your testosterone system is no longer being choked off at night. This isn't a magic potion. It's a biological signal. You're telling your body, we're safe. Blood sugar is stable. Stress is low. Blood flow is supported. You can build now. And your body responds to that message. Now, this works best when it's done consistently, not once, not for 3 nights. Think in weeks, not days. You're retraining a system that's been off rhythm for years. If you want to amplify this nighttime fix and take your results to the next level, here are a few powerful add-ons my guys love because they're simple and they work. First, magnesium glycinate before bed. Most men over 50 are deficient, and magnesium calms the nervous system, supports deep sleep, and lowers nighttime cortisol, all of which boost testosterone signaling. Think of it as smoothing the runway before your hormones take off. Second, a 10-minute walk after dinner. Nothing crazy, just enough movement to bring blood sugar down so insulin isn't blocking testosterone production all night. This small habit does more for your hormones than most supplements. Third, nitrates from real food. A handful of arugula, some beets, or even a beet powder in the evening can support nitric oxide production and keep circulation strong overnight. Remember, better blood flow, better hormone delivery. And fourth, if you want extra credit, turn your bedroom into a cave. Cool, dark, quiet. No bright screens before bed. Melatonin is a hormone too, and when it's disrupted, testosterone gets disrupted right along with it. These aren't huge lifestyle overhauls, they're little upgrades that stack beautifully with the olive oil and honey combo to create a hormonal environment where your body can actually thrive. Now let me gently bring you back to why this matters so much, because it's easy to hear this and think, yeah, I'll get to it one day, and one day quietly turns into 5 years. Ignoring this doesn't usually cause one big dramatic crash. It's death by 1,000 small leaks. A little less energy each year, a little more belly fat, a little more irritability, a little less confidence walking into a room, a little more distance in your relationship, a little more reliance on caffeine, alcohol, or willpower just to feel normal. And the dangerous part is this. Most men don't realize how far they've drifted until they finally start feeling better again. Then they say, wow, I forgot this is what I used to feel like. Low testosterone isn't just about sex drive or muscle. It affects your heart, your brain, your metabolism, your emotional resilience, your motivation. When your hormones are off, everything feels heavier. Life feels harder than it should. And here's what really gets me as a physician. So many men think they've somehow failed, that they're weak, that it's just aging and there's nothing to do. That belief keeps them stuck. But what we just walked through proves something powerful. This isn't about willpower. This is about signals. This is about timing. This is about giving your body the right inputs at the right moment. Small daily habits don't look dramatic in the moment. A spoon of olive oil, a teaspoon of honey, a short walk, better sleep. But compounded over weeks and months, those habits literally change how your body functions. You don't need to become a different man. You just need to stop letting your biology work against you. And that's the real danger of ignoring this. It's not that you suddenly lose everything. It's that you slowly forget what feeling strong actually feels like. You wake up and you actually feel awake, not groggy, not stiff, not dragging yourself out of bed on fumes. Your body feels charged, ready, steady. Your mornings are stronger, physically and mentally. That quiet confidence starts showing up again without you forcing it. Your workouts hit different. You recover faster. You feel your muscles respond again. Fat starts coming off in places it refused to budge before. Your posture changes. Your presence changes. People feel it before you even say a word. Your mood is lighter. You're more patient, more grounded. You don't snap as easily. You don't spiral as fast. That edge of anxiety softens because your nervous system finally feels supported again. Your drive comes back, not just sexually, but in life. You want to initiate more. You lead more. You engage more. You feel connected again instead of checked out. And that connection shows up in your relationship in ways that go way beyond the bedroom. And maybe the biggest shift of all, you start to feel like yourself again. Not a watered-down version, not the tired guy you barely recognize in the mirror, but the man who remembers what it feels like to have strength in his body and clarity in his mind. This isn't about turning back the clock. It's about turning the system back on. And when that switch flips, even gradually, everything in life feels more possible again. If this landed with you at all, I'd love to hear from you. Drop a comment and tell me where you're at or what change you're most ready to make. You don't have to share everything, just know you're not doing this alone. And if you found this helpful, take a look at some of the other conversations we're having here. I've got more practical, realistic strategies coming your way to help you feel strong, clear, and confident again at every stage of life.